What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. As you guys know, Nigerian President launched a new campaign called Change Begins With Me, and boy, I was so excited. It's not excited, because it really has to begin with him, if you know what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, these are just my recommendations, starting with Mr. President, of course, on how we can lead this change. Change begins with me. It's okay, you can thank me later. Boy, I give so many free advice on this show, but what can we do? Number one, Mr. President, in case you're watching me live and direct, sell those private jets like you promised. Will you sell those jets? I don't know why we need 10 private jets for Mr. President in Nigeria. I heard that you've spent more than 5 billion naira on maintaining the jets. I mean, that is just heck no. And then your spokesman said, no, it's not 5 billion, it's just 2.3 billion. I was like, what? Just 2 billion? That is more than $7 million to maintain private jets. And for God's sake, you don't need to set up a committee because you want to sell jets. Or are they not getting paid? I mean, the committee members. And they know that once the jets are sold, they're no longer getting paid. There will no longer be the need for their service. So don't you think they will stall the process? In this internet age, my guy, you don't need a committee. And I'm not saying that you should use eBay, although eBay may be a good idea. Never mind. No, it's not. But you don't need a committee. Number two, Mr. President, stop traveling abroad for medical treatment. Before you became president, you said that you will end medical tourism. Remember? Yes, you did now. And then you said you will make sure that we have good hospitals in Nigeria so people wouldn't have to go abroad to India, to America, or Dubai for treatment. In 2013 alone, Nigerians spent $1 billion on medical treatment abroad. That means we just gave $1 billion to India, America, Dubai, and everywhere else that people go. Now we go to Ghana, we go to South Africa. Despite your promise to end this, your spokesperson came out recently and said that, oh, you only spent 20 million naira on the ear infection that you went to treat in London. I was like, 20 million? Like, father? Is that not our money, Mr. President? I mean, that is more than $64,000. No be so? At a time, Mr. President, you spent $64,000 on ear infection. You see, father, these people still don't get it. They don't. That is different from the hotel accommodation and the expenses of taking a private jet to London. Now, since you came back, Mr. President, since you came back from London, what have you put in place to make sure that you won't have to go back to London to spend another 20 million in case you have another ear infection? So you understand? And have you started building ear clinic like the one that you went to in London? Have you started building one in Nigeria? Or can you at least buy the equipment that they used in London and put it at the Aso Villa Clinic? The one that we've been spending billions of naira to renovate all these years. Can you buy the equipment and put it there so that next time if you have any ear problem, you just invite the doctor from London, since clearly you don't trust Nigerian doctors, which is a shame. Change begins with you, Mr. President. No more medical tourism. Number three, change begins with you, Mr. President. The moment you stop nepotism in your administration, snap, you don't even hide it. You, my Oga, have appointed a lot of incompetent people in this administration. I mean, look at the sports minister. Look at how he disgraced us during the Olympics. You want to tell me this is the only person that qualifies to be a sports minister in the whole of Nigeria? Haba, the devil is a liar. And how do you appoint an 83-year-old man to lead the Communications Commission? And all these people given top positions. 91 people were given top positions at CBN because they are related to you and your officials. What did you do about it? And that is not to talk about the 300 plus that were given top positions at the Federal Inland Revenue. Like, Mr. President, what did you do about all this? Change begins with you, my Oga. Number four, Mr. President, and this is a very important one. Move closer. It's okay. Why on earth do we need 3.4 billion naira to launch this campaign called Change Begins With Me? Like, what? That's like, who that? Why do you need to spend money to launch this campaign? 3 billion naira. Allegedly, no. Sure, you understand? Allegedly, don't quote me. You are a celebrity on the internet. That is all you need. Your spokesmen have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. You yourself have more than 500,000 followers on Twitter. All you have to do is release a video or a speech on Twitter and people will circulate it for you. Wait a minute. So the Minister of Information said that is not correct. That is Malai Mohammed. But why do we even need a campaign? That is what I don't understand. Why are we talking about this? All you need to do is do the right thing, live by example, and people will follow. You don't need this campaign. Now let me talk to our senators because change begins with them as well. And the first change that has to happen with our senators is to reduce their numbers. We don't need 469 lawmakers in Nigeria. I'm telling you, it's better if we have 60 lawmakers that are very effective than all these people that we have at the Senate. Do you guys know that they've been on on recess. For the past 2 months, they've been on break and they're still getting paid. You know, we see Dino Malaya cruising all over America and he's still getting paid, Fanta. Like, honestly, I don't know what these people do for Nigeria. I don't know what they do. On top of that, now we're hearing that they have 2,570 aides. I was like, doing what exactly? And all of these aides are getting paid minimum of 950,000 naira per month. That is almost 1 million per month just for the aid. And now they said that, oh, because of recession, they recently reduced it to 400,000 naira per month. These people have insulted us. They poop and they threw it in our faces. 400,000 naira per month just for the aid of the senators. And then, do you know the worst thing? The report says that they've employed more than the 2,570 that they are allowed to employ. And those other ones, the extra aides, they are also getting paid. Guess who is paying them? You and I. Your money, the money that they are supposed to use to develop our country. We don't finish. We don't need that many lawmakers in Nigeria. And for God's sake, they don't need that many aides. We need to reduce the aids as well. Also, change begins with our religious leaders. Of course, you know I'm coming here. All those men of God that are very rich, riding private jets, riding fancy cars. You tell people that their breakthrough is coming. You tell unemployed members of your church that God will make a way for them. You just pray for them and you leave it as that. And then you turn around to ride in your own private jets and your fancy cars. Kai, I did not read this in the Bible. Even food, when people were hungry around Jesus, he fed them just food. How many churches are feeding the poor today in Nigeria? How many big men of God are helping the poor now in Nigeria? Lastly, change begins with us, the common people as well. Please let us stop worshiping politicians and religious leaders. Please stop worshiping them. They are human beings like you and I. By the way, touch not my anointed never referred to any minister in the Bible. That passage was referring to the people of Israel, the whole nation of Israel. So if you're a Christian, you're also anointed. And not only that, stop defending people that are stealing money just because they're from your tribe or from your hometown. A thief is a thief. And you'll be defending these people on Facebook, on Twitter. But do you ever think that you are where you are because of them? Do you ever think that Nigeria is where it is because of them? The gap between you and them keeps widening. They keep making money. They keep stealing money. You keep defending them. Some of you have never seen 1 million naira in your life, like with your koro eyes. You've never seen 1 million naira before, but you are defending people that are stealing billions of naira. This is what they call mumu. You say, oh, he's not the only one. She's not the only one. People that have pocketed your future. People that have pocketed the future of your children. Some of you have to wake up at 5 a.m. just to get to work on time, knowing that you may not even be paid at the end of the month. Yet you have to go because man must eat, not be so. So it baffles me that people like that will still be defending those that are stealing. Some of you don't know how to pay your school fees. Some of you have to work daytime, nighttime, and part-time and overtime. Yet you are defending these people. I don't understand. Did you guys see that video of young people hailing Bukola Saraki? See me say trouble. They are saying that without Saraki there will be no Nigeria. Hey, who is Saraki? You see, that is the mentality that I'm talking about. Look at these young Nigerians carrying placard in support of Patience Jonathan. They said that EFCC is victimizing the former first lady by freezing her bank account because of money that she cannot account for. Honestly, Faduma Daib says it best. That is the Somali woman that is running for president. She said that if we sit back and believe this hype that we are the leaders of tomorrow, we will not have a tomorrow to lead. And I believe it. If we just sit back and let these people rob our country like they're doing and let them get away with it, there will be no country for us to lead tomorrow. Anyway, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.